Hi, and welcome back. As you're aware, in maths this week, we have been focusing on finding area of shapes. On Monday, we focused on how to find the area of squares and rectangles, even doing some of them with decimals involved. And then after that, we've solved the area of composite shapes by breaking them up and solving the area individually. And today we're going to focus on how to find the area of a triangle. Now I understand that I've drawn a rectangle on the page, but there's going to be something in that to explain it. When you're solving the area of a triangle, it's important to know that if you were going to solve the area of a rectangle, this will help us to understand how to solve the area of a triangle. When you're solving the area of this rectangle, you're just timesing the width by the height or the length. Either way, doesn't really matter what you call it as long as you understand what to do. So 5 times 3 is 15 centimeters squared. Now you could break this shape up by drawing it from here to here. And now I've got two triangles. And each triangle is half of the rectangle. So the way to figure out how much the triangle is just whatever the answer was with the rectangle, you just half it. So half of 15 is 7.5. So that's going to be important. That half is going to be very, very important when we're solving the triangle, because all of the triangles are basically either half a square or half of a rectangle. So we're going to do normal area, like we would always do for a normal shape, and then we're just going to half that, and that's going to be our answer. But it's not that simple, because so far this week, we've been using the formula. Sometimes we use it differently, but effectively it's been width times height or width times length, whichever one you want to do. But it's really, really important that we do the right symbol for the triangle, because it changes a little bit. For a triangle, it is the width times the base. Or sorry, let's do that. Let's flick that around. And b times x, which is base times the height. Now that word's very, very important, the height. I can't stress this enough. It's not the length of the triangle, it is the height of the triangle, and we're going to go through what that means. And the base is how far it is on the bottom. What I mean by that, base times height, I'm going to leave that up here. So half of the base times the height. That is my formula. We're going to find the base times the height, and then we're just going to half it. Okay, let's try it out. If we had a triangle like this, and we knew that the bottom, the base was 3 centimeters, and this was 2.5, I'm not really sure, and this was 2. I do not have enough information to solve the area for what we're doing at the moment. Maybe in high school you'll find a better way of doing it, but at the moment we do not have the information that we need, because what we do need is the height of the triangle, not the length of either side. We need the height, how tall it is at its tallest point. We've got the base here, we need the height now. Okay, so you know what, let's just call that 2 and 2. I know it's not right, but sure, let's just call it that, right? And then let's say that the height was also, you got to realize what the actual height is, okay? So let's do it a little bit better with a better drawing, because that drawing wasn't great. So let's try and figure it out a bit different. Okay, 3, 3, 3, okay? But the height of this isn't as long as that. The height of it is 2, okay? So the rule says the base times the height, not these sides, the height of the triangle, okay? So the base is there, 3, the height of the triangle is 2, it's 3 times 2, which is 6 centimeters squared. But because of what I said at the start, which was that we're going to do half, because this triangle, if you were going to draw this around it, and do a better job than my drawing skills, this area here is the exact same as that area. All triangles a half of a rectangle or half of a square. So when you do your 6 centimeters, to find the area of the triangle, you just half it, which is 3 centimeters. Okay? Let's try a couple of actual examples without me getting a little bit complicated, and we'll just see how we go. All right? It's hard for me to draw some of these because some of them, they don't really make sense with how I'm drawing it, but we'll see what we can do. All right. Let's say the base is 5 and the height is 8. Okay? We don't need these sides. We just need the height from the base to the top. Okay, so the base 5, the height is 8. That is 40. But we are not there yet because the rule is we need to half it at the end because that will be the area of our triangle. So once we get 40, we half it to 20, make sure we put on the squared sign, otherwise it won't work. And that's basically it. All right, let's do another example just to make sure we're getting it. Okay, if you had a shape that was a right angle triangle, it's almost perfect, right? Because right angle triangles, it's just the height's already there for you. It's not like you have to measure in the middle. So if you had 8 and 5 here, it's just 8 times 5, which is 40, and then you half it, which is 20. Because, once again, remember, if you're going to draw the rest of the rectangle in, they're just half, okay? So, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Seven. And let's make the height, oh, such a bad drawing, whatever. All right, the height is 6. Okay, so half of the base times height. You're going to do base times height first. So that's 7, which is the base, and 6, which is the height. 7 times 6 is 42 centimeters squared. And you know you've got to half it, so you half 42, which is 21 centimeters squared. That is your answer for the area of a triangle. Okay? So that's how we do it. Because triangles are half of rectangles or half of squares, we basically just need to find the height of what it would be if it was an actual rectangle, like how high would it actually have been if it wasn't for the triangle cut out. So how tall it actually would be, all right, the height of it, the width of it, the base of it, and then just half it. All right, I'm going to do one more. This is going to be an extension one, all right, just to see how we go for those people. But once again, if you don't understand this one, that's perfectly fine, all right? Drawing is not my skill. All right, 6 centimeters here. Let's make this go all the way up here. And this is 8.5. And let's make this one 6.5 centimeters. Okay. I'm going to put this here as well. Let's put 9. Okay. That's the sort of stuff you're going to get. You're going to get lots of information sometimes, and you have to figure out which bits of information are useful and which bits aren't. And we know that they're not useful. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down our 8.5 times 6.5. Remember, we're going to forget about the decimals. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 8 is 40, plus the 2 is 42. Add the 0 here. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 3 is 51. 5, 2, 5, 5. We're going to go back once, twice. There. 55.25. But we are not done yet because the rule is it needs to be half of that. So half of 55.75 is, let's do this off the top of my head, 27, yeah? Is that right? 27 plus 27 is 54, and then 1.25 divided by 2, testing me, isn't it, is 66. I want to say 60, no, 60 something, or maybe I should just do it properly, right? All right, 2, 7, 6, 2, 1 left over, 5. 27.625 centimeters squared. That just shows that my brain doesn't actually work well enough. Sometimes I need to actually go back to the algorithm, which is probably the right time to do it. So basically it was still the base times the height. All right. And then at the end, I just halved it. Okay. So I hope that's helped for your triangles. Give me a, give me a shout out if you've actually had any difficulties, and I'll make another video to just sort of clarify any problems that you might have. All right. Thanks for watching.